Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to VeChain because you have asked a lot of questions lately, mainly because due to China, and so I thought it's only right, to come out and give you my perspective, my thoughts, my opinion on where we're at the moment. Does it change anything for VeChain? Are we not going to $1? Are we going beyond $1? What is the go when it comes to VeChain? And is it time to potentially jump ship? Well, thank you for tuning in, and I do really appreciate you taking the time to be here. But let's get on. You be the judge by the end of it of where do you think it's going, and do you think that the China FUD has had any impact on us? So first things first, we kick off with erase greenwash by transparency. VeChain is entering the sustainable fashion market with blockchain carbon footprint SaaS service by VeChain. Now, once again, VeChain is in the headline for its blockchain being used for transparency. And what I want you guys to be aware of when it comes to a blockchain like VeChain is that, first of all, it's a 5-star rated blockchain. It is used by so many different industries for so many different things that it absolutely has a huge future in the world, 2021, 2022, 2023, and beyond. It is one of the leading enterprise-grade public blockchain solution provider and aims to improve the situation starting from the Chinese market. That's right. Now, don't confuse what's going on with China and Bitcoin with China being pro-blockchain. Very different things. Now, before we get onto that, VeChain 4 is one of the most eco-friendly public blockchains worldwide, CTI verified by VeChain Foundation. So, when it comes to the actual blockchain itself, it is, again, one of the leaders when it comes to that, from an eco-friendly perspective. And it has tons of verifications and certifications and governments and industries that it works with. None of that has changed over the last couple of days since that China news came out. Now, when we will begin to talk about prices today, and we'll talk about, the wave, the second wave coming, what that looks like, how it impacts, and where do we go from here, we'll analyze the charts. We'll look into that. Now, I like what Sarah did here. Now, Sarah Naba, what she did is she reminded us of an article that back in 2019 was published, which means that, it talks about the Chinese government have endorsed blockchain technology and nothing has changed. So since 2019, they've been very much on the development side of blockchain technology. Now, I highly encourage you to check that out. So first of all, check her out on Twitter. You'll see her tweet, and then it'll take you straight to this particular article, which says China's big announcement simplified 5 key takeaways. Now, this was an article done back in 2019. Number 1 for blockchain, not Bitcoin. So, what does that mean? It means that China is pro-blockchain. It might not necessarily be pro-Bitcoin, right? So from time to time, it will cancel out things and do things like that and come back in. It's allowed, it's illegal, it's not illegal, it's illegal, it's not illegal. But as far as China being pro-blockchain, it is definitely a nation that is pro-blockchain, and its biggest blockchain at the moment that it's part of is VeChain. Now, when we talk about BaaS, so some chains are better poised than others to take advantage of surging development in enterprise and private companies. Now, VeChain is already approved by the CAC, has a number of blockchain as a service solutions already online that fit the bill. But this was back in 2019. So it is definitely part of their plan. Are other cryptocurrencies worthless in China? Well, judging by the way that they move and the news and all that, it's hard to say which ones China will go pro with or against. But as far as VeChain, it is stamped into the Chinese blockchain sphere. And Walmart China actively use it and is probably one of the biggest users of VeChain at the moment worldwide. So it is not going anywhere. Why does China do this? It's a political power play, right? We know, you know it, I know it. That's all this is. There is nothing else to what the China have announced. They've announced this 90 times already. I think I've lost count to how many times they've said it's legal, it's illegal, it's illegal, it's illegal. So from that point of view, I am very much of the same bandwagon that I've been all along. We're going to $1 and beyond with VeChain. Now, when we look at finishing the year, we will look at all the possible case scenarios, but that $1.10 figure within the vicinity of $1.60 to $1.10, this sphere here, this is where we're heading. First, we'll go towards 40 to 50, have a nice retrace to 28, and then kick off our journey towards 80 to $1.20 for me is where we're going to finish the year. And that's only my personal perspective. It's not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. But that is my feedback has not changed on that. Now, VeChain going, being super eco-friendly, having all of these benefits, it does travel around the world. And so that news is traveling very well. Now, iTrust Capital have announced that they are putting, coming soon, VET on their blockchain. And it is the #1 crypto IRA platform in America as well. So that'll be cool. Coinbase still doesn't have VeChain on there, right? There's a lot of things still coming for VeChain. And like I said, if you do check out the Twitter account of VeChain, there's always really, really cool updates. Always updating it. I love the new thing, everything is connected. 434,000 people that follow it. For me, it's not going absolutely anywhere anytime soon. But let's jump into a time. Let's have a look at some of the indicators. So when we begin to look at the VET charts, and we're looking over here and particularly with this particular ones, we can see the Bollinger Band, we can see where we're at the moment. And what we're looking at here, this is on the daily chart. We can see that the MACD is starting to get closer. The RSI is sitting towards the bottom, almost at the oversold. But from a daily perspective, it still hasn't kicked in back into bullish segment. Now, when we look at the hourly, we can see the hourly, we've been following the Bollinger Band very well. And not much movement at the moment, right? So I'm not expecting anything magical over the next 12 to 24 hours. If anything, we might have a little bit more of a retrace before we come back, because on the hour, on the 4 hour, on the 12 hour, and on the daily, it is all looking bearish. So where could we end up? We could end up at just under 8 cents before we kick off. So over the next 12 to 24 hours, I'm not expecting. Based on that, I'm not expecting a large volume to be coming in, which gives you, as the person watching this, more of an opportunity, to upskill, to learn, to if VeChain potentially is new in your portfolio, it could be a great opportunity, right? It could be a really, really solid way to take today, research as much as you can, and find out if it's a good fit for your portfolio. Let's have a look at some drawings. So as we begin to look at the charts, it's really important to zoom out, and when we look at like 2019 and we look at where we are right now and look at what happened in the past and the kind of flow that we've had, you can see that there is a pattern of potentially going to $4 by 2023. Now I never like to talk about that stuff in this particular way, because there's so many things that can happen between now and 2023. It's absolutely mind-blowing, right? But if you zoom out, that does look like where, we could end up in 2023, based on what we know today. For me, I'm focusing on 110. I'm focusing on getting to that $1, breaking above the $1. That's, for me, the focus right now. When we get to past $1, then we'll start talking about other numbers. But it's looking really good, really, really solid. From whichever angle I look at this, it's looking really, really ready to really kick off in a very, very, very big way. There will be some key points, and the key points will be, of course, like when we head towards, 12 cents, 16 cents, when we go towards 18 cents, how do we react? 26 cents, it will be really, really important. And then beyond that, 30 cents consolidating above 30, and the momentum shift that will kick in after that, because we will be in uncharted territory, which will be absolutely brilliant. But the journey towards 110 is here. I do think that, you know, we're not far away now from the consolidation phase being over. I think October is going to be a really, really critical month, a very big month. And there's lots and lots of updates still to come. Like I mentioned, big exchanges are yet to list it as well. But we do need to go, obviously, you know, like be cautious. And, you know, we've got some moves that need to happen, some consolidation that will happen along the way. Probably around 19 cents will slow down a little bit, go back towards 14 to 15, and then continue off towards 29, and then begin our journey towards, you know, 55 and beyond, of course. But for me, I think we are programmed, ready, set to jump on the $1 train and kick off this journey towards $1. But I'd love to know your feedback. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.